What's up, everybody? This is your host, Drew Cost, and you're on the Healing Kings podcast. And today I have a subject for my moms out there, for your little kings, your sons, your men. The subject is, what are things that these young men need to hear consistently? So throughout the episode, I'm going to give you some solutions on how to solve some problems with your young men, what to say to them, and why they need to hear that even from you. In today's society, we already realize and already know that men don't get built up as much as they should. That's not to say women don't either. I'm just using men right now for this episode. And with that being said, when men aren't built up, their mind tends to tear them down. Their mistakes become so massive that they don't realize that just because you made a mistake doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just because you messed up doesn't mean you can't make something good out of it. I'd probably say a lot of the things I became good at came out of mistakes, or making mistakes make me better at things. I had more confidence eventually. I had more evidence. I became more resilient. The one thing that I do wish have had happened and still do wish that happens more is, how does somebody else speak into your life? And most young black men don't have fathers. We know that statistically it's out there. We want to show the mothers what they can do. Mothers, I want to first congratulate you because you're raising kings. You're doing it alone. For single moms, even moms who have a partner, but the black mom, I want to just congratulate you for what you're doing and how you're doing your best to raise these young men. And this episode is for you. So let's look at the first one. The first thing I think, and I believe strongly, I'm not even going to say I think, I know strongly that a young king needs to hear is, I'm proud of you. And don't just leave it at, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because. And here's where the growth mindset comes in that. Don't just say, I'm proud of you for um, scoring 10 points in the game, right? Because then he's going to just think all of a sudden that if I don't score 10 points, she's not proud of me. I want to tell him I'm proud of him by the hard work and the effort that he had to do to get there. This this case, it could be, I'm proud of you for practicing hard, for getting your work done, for staying focused, and it shows up in how you performed in the game. Now that tells him, hard work pays off. Growing may take some work behind the scenes. That's more helpful. But you saying that I'm proud of you, it's like a stamp of approval on him. It's almost as if like you just put superhero cape on him, and he needs that because when he goes outside, they're not gonna tell him that. They're gonna tell him everything that he's not. That's sad in itself. The second thing is, I believe in you. Something my mom used to tell me, and shout out to my mom. Like my mom was the goat, man. Something she would say to me is, Drew, you're gonna be a businessman. Hey, businessman, I see you walking in your suit. I see you doing this as a businessman. And this was when I had no idea about if I could become a businessman. Did I want to? Did I have what it takes? Such and such. But she kept saying that, and she would say that on days where I literally felt that I would never have a business. I would never be good at business. Something she used to always tell me that hasn't happened yet, but it's gonna happen, is I'm gonna be a millionaire. But she used to say, I believe in you. I believe in you. I see it. And because my mom started saying it more to me, even as an older person, I literally start to feel like, if my mom says this, then I gotta be good at it. I'm gonna make it happen. Yes. Would it have been different to have dads say it? Yes. But just because the dad hasn't said it, moms, you still can do it. And it doesn't take much time. But trust me, you saying it to your king, it will carry over so far, so longer than you think. He'll walk around with his head held up. He'll walk around knowing that there's somebody on this earth that actually believes in me, because most people don't. The third thing is, you have what it takes. This is one that helps build the confidence muscle and the resilient muscle. You have what it takes. Listen to this part. Most of the time, we think that we need 80,000 things added on to do what we need to do or to get what we need to get. And sometimes it's just using what we got. My mom taught me this one time. We were in a car going to a church service on Barber Street in Hartford, and she said, Drew, if until you get this big keyboard that you want and you desire, would you play for God with a small keyboard? Would you play for God with a small piano? And I was like, or a raggedy piano. And I was like, yeah, I do that. She was like, okay. And lo and behold, both of us didn't know. We walked into this church, and man, when I say this piano was beat down, broken down, this piano had missing keys. The keys were like in half. So I'm like about to cut my hand. And I played it as if it was like a Nord piano. Granted, it probably didn't sound it probably didn't sound like a Nord piano, but I played it just like it was a Nord piano. And it worked. But she told me, you have what it takes. You have what it takes. You can do this. I'm not going to let you get in front of a challenge and pretend that I haven't instilled inside of you that you have what it takes. Moms, that's something you definitely want to share with your kings. The next one is a question. How will you serve the world with what you have? You want them to know that they owe service to the world and they have something that they can actually give to the world. Don't let them walk around feeling that just because they may not be the Elon Musk at this moment, the Bill Gates at this moment, the LeBron James at this moment, that they don't have something to give the world. They do. They're valuable. They need to hear it more. What are you going to do to serve the world? You have gifts, you have abilities, you have the mindset to do it. You were created by God to do wonderful things. You're made in the image of God. They want to hear that. Now, as I'm saying all this stuff, ladies, if you have husbands, he can take all this stuff too. Like, take this, man. Go ahead. Tell your husband this stuff too. Is you a new purse? I'm not kidding. Just do it. Tell your husband this stuff. He needs it too. How will you serve the world with what you have, with the gifts that God has given you? And the last one for today, I could give you probably a million, but the last one is you can rest. This is one that's not often because grind culture and whole hustle culture would teach us that if you're not moving, you're not being productive. That can be farther from the truth. You got to take rest. You got to take rest. You can rest. You can take a day to just completely be you. Now, I think moms get scared because we're also in a generation where video games are popular. So that day could turn into a year of just resting. We're not saying that you should go and play video games for hours every day. What we're saying is you can rest. You can take some time to not have to do anything. That usually ends up being some of the best time because their mind's resting, creativity muscle comes back, body's resting, and things like that. And that's important for them. It's important. So just to recap, 5 things that moms can tell their kings. Wives, you can tell your husbands. Fellas, you can tell your boys. I tell my boys all the time, yeah, I'm proud of you. All the time. I believe in you. I tell them all the time. I want them to get sick of it. Number 1, I'm proud of you. Number 2, I believe in you. Number 3, you have what it takes. Number 4, how will you serve the world with what you have? And number 5, you can rest. This last one is a bonus. And this one is the game changer. I love you. Say that to your kings. I love you. I say this to my boys. I love you. If we're hanging up on the phone, I try to remember it. I love you. If I see them in person, hugs. I love you. Spreading this amount of good energy and this amount of good, just goodness goes a long way. You never know what someone's fighting when they're not with you. You never know what someone's dealing with. You never know the demons that they're wrestling with when they're not near you. So just being kind enough to give a hug, to say I love you, to say I'm proud of you, to say I believe in you, to say you matter will go a long way. Just think, what would it feel like every day or multiple times in a week, someone telling you they're proud of you, I believe in you, you have what it takes, you can rest, I love you. What would that make you feel like? Or what would you feel like? You probably feel on top of the world. You probably have less days when you think you don't matter, because you do matter. Take those tips, guys, and go be